Hi, here's how I budget using an effective system that has worked for me, and it also might benefit you if you consider using it too. Okay, so first things first, the mindset that we're employing here is something that I learned personally the hard way. What you fail to manage will end up managing you. So whether that comes to your emotions or to your finances, I learned that it really boils down to it's either you manage those things or they'll end up managing you, which is highly stressful. So what we're basically doing here is we're allocating our income to cover our expenses and to hit our goals. This way, we can spend for our needs and our wants sustainably and make sure that we're secured even during unexpected events. This is what I like to call my broke prevention system through my take on budgeting. So we've got 3 system action steps. The first one is to find the pattern. I already made a detailed video on this, which I'm going to link above. A surefire way to actually find your cash inflow and outflow pattern is by consistently recording your income and your expenses in the way that is most convenient to you. The next action step would be to plan ahead, and we do that by computing how much we need to set aside per month for our expenses and our goals, all while trying to stay within that limit. How we compute for how much we're going to set aside is by finding the pattern of your expenses so you know how much you need to constantly cover every month, like your rent, your utilities, or your phone bill, to how much you average when it comes to your food or the like. From there, you'll need to know if you're making enough to cover your expenses, if you need another source of income, or if you need to cut down on unnecessary expenses. Then, whatever goals you have set for your savings and for your investments, like let's say you want to save 10,000 pesos in a year, or you want to have 5,000 pesos investment capital in a year, that will also need to be set aside. I make budgets for 3 major types of categories. The first being expenses. Under that will be my fixed expenses, variable expenses, and other or periodic expenses. The second being my savings. And I tend to have 3 kinds of savings, which are my planned savings, my emergency savings, and my free-to-spend fund or savings. And then lastly, I make budgets also for my investments. So this is basically the amount that I want to have so I can use that as investment capital in whatever investment vehicle I choose. There will be times that you are going to go over your budget and times that you're going to stay within it or under. I'm going to go ahead and say that it's okay to deviate. There are times when other expenses or advanced payments will occur, for example, and that's completely fine. But generally, going over your budget means that you need to reevaluate on some things. You see, if you continuously go over your budget, that means that you're spending more than you're actually making. And that is a very quick way to go broke or in debt or both. On the other hand, when I go completely under budget, like suspiciously under budget, that probably means that I wasn't able to allocate my money properly and I probably missed something. Or when I'm just staying within the budget line, it means that my expenses are less than the money that I've set aside. Therefore, I'm on track to reaching my financial goals and meeting all of my financial obligations. The third action step is to segment. Majority of the times when money is kept in one bank account, you're going to think you have more than you can actually spend. My system for segmenting is basically taking a central account or 2 and making sure that it has different branches. My central account is basically where I receive my income, or it's also known as a payroll account. The different branches that my central account has are basically different bank accounts that cater to my differing budgets or savings. For my emergency savings, I put that in a digital bank because the higher interest rates helps cover for inflation. For my planned savings, I keep this in a traditional bank that offers like rewards or rebates so that I can continue doing what I do, from purchasing the items I need to paying the bills that I know I'm going to have, but at the same time, I get to earn rewards or rebates. And then I have my free-to-spend fund, which I always keep in a universal bank. This ensures that my card will constantly work no matter where I am in the country, and I won't have a hard time looking for an ATM in case I need to withdraw money. So how I apply this system works as follows. Directly after I receive my net pay, I automatically allocate money for my bills payments, savings, and investments. If I don't outright pay for rent or food or the like, then I store the money that I've yet to use in the differing accounts that I have away from the central account where I receive my money. This is done so that I don't get tempted to spend it all. You see, the thing about looking at a net lump sum amount is you won't really see the responsibilities or the obligations that you have to meet. What you're going to end up seeing though is all the different ways you can spend all that money. And if you don't manage that, honestly, you're going to end up being managed by all the decisions that you had made. And you're going to find yourself short on budget, even if majority of the time naman talaga, your income could cover your expenses. I hope you found this video insightful. And if you did, feel free to like and share it. Till next time.